Welcome to my E30 Rally build. So this is my 325 iX all-wheel drive E30. And since it is an all-wheel drive E30, which is a super rare version that they made, I am doing a rally build on it. So as you can see, we have rally lights to go on the front end, and we have a whole bunch of parts to make this thing a super cool build. This car has a 2.5 liter inline six paired to a 5-speed manual, and we also have heated full leather sports seats. So it's a really nice car just from the factory. And here is all the parts we have from ECS Tuning. Huge shout out to ECS Tuning for making this build possible, as they provided a good majority of the parts for this car. So we have brakes for the rear. I have already installed brand new brakes on the front, along with Turner Motorsport intake, did the oil change, did a bit of maintenance on the car. But right now we have spark plugs for a bit more maintenance. Want to make sure this car is solid. We have some wiring for the rally lights, which I'm planning to install today, which would be really fun. We have rebuild kit for the front CV axles, which they're torn, and I do not want to break those axles as they're extremely expensive to replace. We have a new throttle cable. We have a genuine, authentic Momo steering wheel and hub, which will take that interior to the next level. And yeah, let's get started on working on it. First things first, let's take care of the biggest problem with this car. And it's actually two problems, but both will be fixed by rebuilding the axles. So if we go to this wheel, I don't know, hold on, see how much this wheel moves? That is terrifying. The car actually drives pretty good, but it shakes quite a lot. So basically, there is no axle nut on this side. I don't know how, but it's just missing the axle nut. And as you can see, if I can get a better angle at it, both of our CV boots are completely torn. So on this car, since it's an all-wheel drive E30, which is a pretty rare version, I actually was not able to find new axles for this car. You can only buy them used, and they're an eye-watering price. So I wanted to get those axles rebuilt before I break them, and we need an axle nut on that side because it is borderline scary. As you can see, this is extremely sketchy. It moves a lot without the nut, obviously. So luckily, our ECS Tuning rebuild kit for the axles comes with new axle nuts. So we'll kill two birds with one stone. And here's a better view of how bad these boots are. So let's get these axles out and put new boots on them. It should be pretty simple. Just gotta take the tie rod out. One bolt up here for the control arm. These two bolts for the control arm. And then I should be able to slide the axle right out. Well, shit. That is not good. On this side, it looks like they've been replaced before, but on this side, snapped right off. So that's gonna be fun to figure out. Yay. Now I just have to pray this other bolt comes out without snapping, because if this one snaps too, then I'm gonna have to get creative. Well, I tried to be as careful as possible on the other one, and I thought I did get it out, but also snapped clean off. So nice. This is one of the perks of working on old ass cars with rusty crusty bolts, but I'll figure something out. All right, so I got the driver's side axle out. This side's given me a lot of trouble because I believe this side's been off before, so that's why the bolts are newer and a lot easier to take apart. This side's giving me grief, but there's not many videos on how to do this, so I'm just gonna show you. It's simple apart from the bolts being really tight and rusty. So here's the axle itself. As you can see, these boots are really bad. This one doesn't even have a clamp on it, so yeah. Basically under the tie rod, so impact this off, smack it till it pops down. Then it's these two bolts right here holding the control arm, and then it's this weird fucking, looks kind of like a tie rod, but it's for the control arm. Goes through here. You're gonna have to reach up from here, take the nut off. You're gonna have to use a wrench, which kind of sucks. And as you can see, there's also a counter hold for it because this spins. So 10 mil up top, and then 21. It's all different sizes on the other side, so you'll just have to figure it out if you are doing this yourself, which I highly doubt you are. And then obviously just the axle nut, and then you just gently pry the axle out of here. You don't have to undo these bolts. On this side, both these snapped, so that's already one issue. And this guy here, it's super tight, and I can't really get a good angle on with the wrench. On that side, I had more room because I could just go this way, but here I don't have much room with the wrench, so having a bit of trouble with that. But I'll just keep suffering until I get it off. All right, now this is a bit of a process as well, getting the boots off, or I guess the end of the axle off. So in here on the outer one, there is a C-clip. I don't know if you can see it. It's this guy right here. So then you're gonna use your tool, you're gonna spread it open. I was a bit confused because you can't, there's a groove, right? But for me, it was like past the groove, so I couldn't really tell if I was like actually spreading it open or not. But I spread that open as much as I could, and then what I did is pry bar right on the edge of it, and then, sorry about that, just rubber mallet tapped it off. It didn't take a lot of force, but you do got to give it like a couple good hits to get it to come off. Yeah, there's that C-clip, spread it open, hammer it off. So now we can replace the boots, put it all back together, put it on our new C-clip, and then the driver's side is done. And then gotta still figure out how to get the passenger side off. So I've been suffering with this stupid control arm for quite a bit now, and I still could not get that bolt out. It is way too tight, and you need to counter hold it. I tried everything. I tried putting weight on it. I tried actually like counter holding it, but I put a wrench up against the frame rail, and it's so tight it just shoot the wrench out like across the shop. So gave up on that, and then I just undid the ball joint. It was actually really easy. I wish I would have just started with that. So undid the ball joint, got the axle popped out. Now I just gotta pop it out of there, rebuild this one. The other one is back in, looks beautiful, and then we can move on to the fun stuff. All right, so I was able to suffer this axle all together again. Taking it all apart was absolutely miserable. That little cliff is so hard to get out or like spread open so you can get this part off, but we did it. Now just gotta worry about those two snapped control arm bolts, and then I can actually start working on like the more interesting stuff. Front's done, let's do the rear brakes now. These are super crusty, so good that we're changing them. I did some third world country bullshit on here, but I just want to go home at this point. I have to get this car like running and driving. That's my only way home. So I'm done. That's why I'm like, but yeah. So if you look back here, that's where these stupid ass spring and this thingy, so it usually just go in and then you twist it. You compress the spring, twist it, and it should lock in. But since this is a crusty, rusty piece of shit, look at how big that is. How is this supposed to stay in when the hole is that big? So, me being the genius I am, zip tie. I drilled a tiny little hole and zip tie, and it seems to work. And even if it doesn't, I don't really care. I do not want to deal with this right now. My handbrake did not work before this, and this whole thing just fell off when I took the rotor off. So I'd honestly call this an improvement. It's like actually on there pretty good. It's pretty jank, but it should work, I think. Okay, next up, we're finally doing some engine related stuff, and we got brand new spark plugs to go in. This seems really simple, so I'm happy about that after suffering so much with everything else. It just seems like unplug all of these, and then the spark plugs are right underneath. Here's a little comparison between the old and the new ones. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward. Spark plugs are done, and next up is a Turner Motorsport performance chip, which I'm really excited about, as it should make the car a bit more lively, add a bit more horsepower, a bit more torque, and will raise the RPM. So I'm very excited to see how much of a difference this makes. So I gotta take out the ECU and install the chip. Here's your ECU. Just gotta undo a couple bolts, disconnect it, and then it should come right out. So I got the ECU on the bench and all taken apart. So most of them don't have this top part. Easy, you just take it off like on the bottom. Mine has this top part, which is like super weird way of getting this off. You pretty much, you pop these two out, then you have to lift it up, jam two screwdrivers into one tab here, one tab there. So the two screwdrivers pushing in on there, you unclip these two, you kind of push up on it, and then you gotta like wiggle this out from there. It's super weird process, but as long as you're really careful, it's not too bad. This is where our OEM chip is hiding. You gotta insert a screwdriver into the slot, and then it should pop up like this. Oh, and this is actually kind of cool. So looks like I don't have the OEM chip. I actually have a Dynan engineering performance chip in here already. So that's actually really cool. But I think the Turner Motorsport one will give us a bit more oomph. So the Turner Motorsport chip is all installed, got it nice and flush. Now I just gotta put all this back together, put it in the car, and then I'm really curious to see what kind of difference it makes. Because I guess it did already have the Dynan chip, so curious to see the difference. Next up on the list is throttle cable. So the one in it right now is extremely bad. I tried making it a little bit better by like zip tying it to give it a bit more tension, but it's really bad. I have to press the gas pedal maybe like 1/3 of the way down for it to actually like accelerate at all. So this is an important fix. I don't know about you, but I'm not the biggest fan of this steering wheel because it reminds me of driving a bus. It is so huge and it's kind of falling apart. So thanks to ECS Tuning, we have an authentic suede Momo steering wheel and hub to go on the car. I think this will be an amazing upgrade. So on the old one, it's a 22mm, and then you gotta beat the fuck out of it to get it off. Just constantly wiggle, smash it, hit it, twist it, whatever. Just get it off. And I absolutely love how this turned out. It suits the car so well. The positioning is so perfect. Very happy with this mod. I am extremely tired though, so that's gonna be it for this video. I didn't mean for it to be, but I've been here for a really long time. Like, it is almost 4 a.m. and I came here early in the morning. Been just slaving away at this car, but it's fully done mechanically. Only thing left is cosmetics. Gotta do the rally lights, the rear bumper, the exhaust, and then paint it. And then this thing will be ready to tear up Ghost Lake. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.